Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Sunday, April 27th, 2025. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and let's get started. So, we saw the Bulls, extend their rally, continuing to keep a lot of bears that took Monday's big drop and trap them. And, what I was saying on Monday morning in the notes was that the ES was forming a bear flag, and that would suggest that we're going to see lower before higher. And I was looking for a move to come down either to the 23 or 38% retracement. As you can see, we made it right to the 23% retracement, and that's just from this rally that started on Tuesday. And that was it. And from there we moved up. But I'm seeing some warning signs to say that there's a better odds that we are going to we're going to have a little bit of a deeper pullback before we head higher. But the thing is that we're not. It's when we've seen this before, when the bulls have the bears trapped, they really don't let their head out of water. They just keep it down. So you got to keep that in mind with it. But some of the warning signs that I'm seeing are here on the 15-minute chart. Here you can see we have bearish divergences. We did get this little dip, but the thing is that they bid it back up. So I'm not sure if this was enough to fulfill this. But on top of that, if we look at the hourly chart, even though it's not as defined as I like it, you can see momentum is heading down as this is heading up. So we have the 78% retracement, and that's basically going from the high here, and this was made on March 26th, to the low here that was made on April 7th. So we made it through to 62%, and now we'd be eyeing this the 78% that's sitting at 55.75. And if it gets above that, that's when we're going to anticipate that this gap right here will get filled. So maybe they're going to try to do that first. It's kind of hard to say, but there are some warning signs that are out there, and we're really really overextended on some of our the indicators that I follow. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of dip that would take the S&P. This is okay, yeah. So that I was just showing you this was the other on the 5-minute chart here. That was just from these lows to these lows. So now we're taking it from the April 21st lows, and we're extending it a little bit. So you can see if we're just going to come down and just test at 23%, which I think more likely we're probably going to come down to the 53.64. And what will happen is that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will be your A. And then we come down. If we come down to this 53.64, that would be your B, and then we would make a wave C up, which will most likely come sometime, in the beginning to mid-May. And then from there, that's where, I'm anticipating that we're going to see another round of selling. It could be some, recession fears. It could be geopolitical. But that's where I believe we come down and test these lows. But we should be, my targets have not really changed that much. I'm still looking at if this is just an ABC move, that we're coming up somewhere up into the 57, 53 level, and I would not rule that out. But even if we just get up to the 62% retracement, that's a move coming up to the 56.42 level, which is also a moving average resistance as well. So I think that if we do make a move up here, there will be some sellers. And then if we come down first, I think that this is really where the low will be, to 53.76 before we finish this pattern. So another thing that I'm a little bit nervous about is the VIX here, because you can see that we're getting down into pretty low levels. Now, the one thing is that we have this gap that was formed on April 2nd, and that's coming down to the 22.72. So we still have a little bit, about 10% more of the downside, but you can see that we're getting some bullish divergences on the VIX. So this is giving us a warning that we could see a little bit of a spike up in volatility, which would then bring the S&P down a little bit. But as I said, it's you want to really wait for, this rally to die out, because it's, any little dip that we get is getting bid back up, and, they continue to just trap the bears on this. So we just want to keep our eyes open for, one, volatility is getting into where it's, we want to be looking for some type of drop. And we also have, the sell signals that are on the 15-minute charts. And I'm looking, again, it could be a 23 or a 38% retracement. And that I'd be looking anywhere from this 54.27 down to the 53.64. And if that happens and this support holds, then our next move should take us somewhere up into that, anywhere from the 55.75, 56.47, and then all the way up to that 57.70. So let's just see what plays out tomorrow. I'm going to be going into it a little bit open-minded but skeptical as far as just buying dips blindly right now, because like I said, there's some indicators that I'm following that are suggesting that we are going to get some type of pullback, and most likely will be another buying opportunity until we get into that early mid-May time period, and hopefully we'll see the S&P over near closer to that 5,800, which will give us a good opportunity for a nice swing trade. So with that, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.